Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Bible Study. If you're new, my name is Gene. I serve here at C3 Church as your lead pastor. And if you're tuning in from somewhere else, welcome to somewhere else. We do stream this Bible study, so no bad words. It's live. I got my eyes on you, Hobie. Or I will single you out. As we wait for some people to arrive, we have some latecomers. I'll just recap. If you are just joining us, we are in a series called The Rest of the Story. And so we're taking a look at some of the parts of the Bible that people don't often look at, or maybe some details that are kind of not known or not talked about all the time. And so we're talking about them, which is quite interesting. Everybody's learning a lot. What I'm trying to do in this series is teach topically. The Bible kind of jumps around a lot sometimes. So the best example of this is that, you get to the section with the prophets. You can take those prophets, a lot of them, and put them all the way back over there in 2 Kings, 2 Chronicles. And so we're going to do that when we get there. We're not there, but I'm doing this with parts of Genesis and Exodus. We did Leviticus on Sunday, so we picked up from Exodus 35, and we went through Leviticus. And then we're going to do Israel's wanderings. So we did the priestly laws. That was really like the topic you were talking about. And so the end of Exodus sets us up with this, the designs and making of the priestly garments, the tabernacle, all these different things. And so I put them together. Next week we're going to jump back into Exodus, and we're going to go at the beginning of the wandering. So right after they get across the Red Sea, we're going to start there. We're going to look at the water from the rock, the bitter water, the manna and the quail, and then we're going to hop over to Numbers, and we're going to look at some of the rest of the wandering. So we're taking it topically, hopping around quite a bit. But what we reflected on Sunday was an attitude of gratitude for what Jesus has done for us. Hebrews remarks that, they had to keep making the sacrifices over and over and over again, right? So, and they just weren't good enough to clear their consciences or all those kinds of things. But in Jesus, he's a once and for all sacrifice. And so what should our attitude be? If you're not here, we just had Lord's Supper, and so we're reflecting on Philippians 2, the Carmen Christi kind of poem that we see kind of in the center-ish of Philippians. In light of what Jesus has done, what should our attitude be? And so we're talking a little bit about us having some fun with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory on Sunday and looking at the spoiled children who weren't grateful for the golden ticket, right, which but Charlie was. So we should have an attitude kind of like that if that's attainable for us. So just to start the Bible study, if people want to share, that's great. If not, I'll move through it. You can just reflect personally. It's like, what are some things might we, you, I, be taking for granted in life? What are some things that we're just overlooking? What are besides our salvation in Christ, like smaller things, not exactly the golden ticket? But that's the idea here, right? The children they get the golden ticket, yet it's not enough. They want more. Veruca Salt, she wants what? An egg in the original movie, and then the latest one, is it the squirrel? But she's taking for granted the fact that this girl has like horses and all these other kinds of extravagant things. So, if you have a thought, Carolee?
You mentioned this when you were talking about the Ten Commandments and the Sabbath.
Yeah.
I think that we take our Sabbath or any free time that we have for granted and fill it up with stuff to do. Or I don't know about you guys. I do. I do. Not putting that label on you, but I do.
Yeah. Well, going back a couple weeks, that was the point. You'd ask a Sunday school kid, well, go through the 10 Commandments, right? Should you have any other gods? Should you make any idols? They'll sit there and say, no, take the name of the Lord in vain, right? Skip the Sabbath. Should you be mean to your mom and dad? No. Murder, commit adultery. Don't explain that to the kids. You know what I mean? Like, lie, steal, covet, lust after, not with the kids, but, steal other people's toys, want other people's toys. They say, no. And so would we, or should we? I'll get to you in 1 sec. So should we. But yet we break the Sabbath. And it's the only one of the 10 Commandments that we're actually prideful about breaking. Look at how, I don't get any time off. I never get a day off. It's like, that's not a good thing. That's a great way to lose your health, to lose your family. It's not a good thing. Pastors are the worst. because our work is invisible for the most part. So we want to see, they only see me on Sunday, so I got to get out there and show them I'm doing something. No, you don't. You can just rest, be with your family, take time off, pray, talk to God. So yeah, absolutely. People take the Sabbath in Exodus 16. Right, so I'm going to go over the Sunday. I'll give you a little preview. What's the deal? They get the manna, right? So they're supposed to collect it for 6 days. All right, on the 6th day, just take twice as much. There's going to be nothing on the 7th day. What do? They go out on the 7th day anyway, and they work. And the Lord's like, when are they going to get that the Sabbath is God's gift to you? That's what he says. He calls it a gift to them. And so you're exactly right, Carolee. It's a gift that we take for granted. The Sabbath is God's gift to you. No, we're not under the law. I get it. And again, I've read Colossians, Romans 14. We don't have to take a Sabbath, but why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to spend time and devote a day to the Lord? Hobie.
The golden squirrel. I remember maybe I got it in my book bag over there. But I don't understand. It come from the wilderness?
See, you're confusing what I said about Charlie, the golden calf?
No, maybe.
Yeah, okay, the golden calf. They made it. That was Aaron and the people's sin. They got impatient, right? So they're waiting for Moses. He's out up on the mountain with God for 40 days. And they're like, where's Moses? Make us another god, gods that we can worship. And so Aaron appeases them. He takes their earrings, remember, and then makes the golden calf. And so that's their sin there. And so he breaks the tablets. He gets really, really mad. So that's what you're thinking of. It's not a golden squirrel. Although later they're going to make golden tumors and mice. They're golden mice. We'll get there. Who knows where that is? Anybody? Ooh, all right.
That's where they took the Ark of the Covenant and I can't remember who took it, lost it.
Philistines.
Yeah, very good, Dan.
And they thought their statue was pushed over, so they thought we're going to appease the God of the Israelites and made those.
Yeah, and so they did. They're like, take it back, and they send the cows, however they do it, to send the thing back, and they appease them because they got plagues of tumors that represents. So yeah. So you're close, Hobie. There's not a golden squirrel, but they're golden like mice or rodents. Well, you know what? Aren't squirrels rodents? There were golden squirrels, I think, maybe in the Bible. So, but good memory for that. We can stretch it a little bit. It's all right. Welcome, by the way. What's your name? Dean? Yes. Okay, just so I can call on you. No.
I can wait.
Go ahead, Dean.
That's New York in you.
On the Sabbath, that's one of the 10 Commandments?
Yes.
So that wouldn't be secondary, would it?
Oh, well, you're stretching into...
I don't want to stretch nothing.
Okay, so there are two different things, all right? This is what Dan's talking about. Dan and I have known each other for years and years and years. So that you know, I make fun of the people that I know for a long time, and that's okay, except with Eric. He gets like a little upset with me. But anyway, so we talk about, like, in general terms, primary doctrine. That's gospel. Like, this is the importance of. So the Sabbath. This is what Paul's basically saying. He's saying that there are people squabbling over things. So they're saying, oh, this person's eating meat sacrificed to idols. This person's taking a Sabbath. This person's not taking a Sabbath. Whatever it is. All right. And so he's delineating. He's like, look, I know what James said in Acts 15, but, if someone, an idol is nothing. And if someone eats meat sacrificed to an idol, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, stop fighting about that kind of thing. Secondary doctrine. But then there's gospel. There's Jesus, that which saves us or not, whatever. Jesus, gospel is primary doctrine, the essentials of 1 Corinthians 15. That's the important stuff. Everything else is secondary. So technically, yes, like the Sabbath is secondary doctrine. It's not something we should be arguing over. But I just think it's important. I really do. I'm not saying like Seventh-day Adventist is important. I'm just saying, like, it's just clearly, and when you read the Old Testament text, it's significantly important. It's pretty amazing. It's right up there with worshiping idols. It's like, it's big. I mean, it's interwoven through the whole thing. So yeah, if you don't take a Sabbath, you're not going to hell. If you believe in Jesus. So that's the thing. Yeah, put it that way. I make it real clean for you. You're okay. So it's secondary. But the big thing is, don't fight over it. That's the thing. You know, it's like, don't enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'll recommend it, but if someone's not going to do it, whatever. You know, but at the same time, you know, so we're a church. I take my Sabbath on the seventh day. I take it on Saturday. Why? My wife works. My kid's in school and works, and it's Sunday through Friday when you're in ministry. Sunday is not a day off. And so Monday through Friday, I don't have off. I can't spend any time with my family like that. And so it's a time where I spend a lot of time in the Word. I'm also trying to, like, prepare myself for my sermon on Sunday, and I spend my time with my family. You know, so it's just the only day I can do it. But there are people who are like, well, what are you going to take there? Come do this. You got to do that. You got to do that. I'm like, no, I don't.